What's that for you? Okay. We're gonna go right to next. Who's ready for comfort? There's a brand that's synonymous with that, and it is Lazy Boy. I would say it's 3 words, but it's really one. It's the Randell manual rocking recliner. It's a feature price of $1,429 or 5 easy payments of $285.80. Your item number is H426590. I want to talk about Lazy Boy. Lazy Boy has been around since 1928, and they are committed to excellence and innovation. And they are proving that again with yet another offering in the Summit Series, which is the biggest and tallest chair that we've ever offered. Can you believe that? I want to go through some colors before I bring in my new friend and our special guest. So our colors that we have are stucco. Is that what this color is here? Okay, so the color here is sable. And then the lighter one is stucco. I'm crossing over to it. And do we have any colors on .com? Oh, just these two. It's the stucco and the sable. And well, I talked about my friend who I was going to bring in, and I don't want to wait anymore. Her name is Molly Ment. She's been with Lazy Boy for 11 years. I'm going to bring her in right now. She was nice enough to come in studio. She better give me the biggest hug, or I'm going to need a Lazy Boy.
Oh,
thank you so much for being here.
It's so shocking. This is the first time that we've actually seen each other in person. I feel like we're best
friends already.
Yeah,
I know.
I'm so
listen,
excited.
That's what has to happen.
Yeah, that's what actually happens in Lazy Boys. I'm so excited. Look at this. Is this? We brought this in for you, right?
I hope we did. Did we do that? I need to leave now if we did. Grab the end of that. I need to get my car over here.
We didn't even know the planning. Like,
yes.
This chair, first of all, is the Randell. And
okay.
for 10 years, you guys, you have asked us if we could bring in an even bigger sized Lazy Boy with just a little bit extra room up top, a little bit extra interior room, a little bit extra length, not just so you can get in it and cozy up, but so that if you're a little bit taller,
yes,
coming over
a little bit taller.
So I'm 5'4".
Okay.
And TJ, how tall are you?
I'm about 6'2".
You're 6'2". Would you?
6'3" with the afro. Let me pat it down a little bit.
Okay,
there we go.
Here, we want that to be comfortable too.
Okay.
Sit down in the chair.
Okay.
All right, and I want you to experience the magic of Lazy Boy live on air, right?
This is my face.
This
is my face. It's so comfortable.
It's so comfortable. And it probably is, even though I know we talked and Lazy Boy's been a part of your family for a really long time, it probably is more comfortable than any Lazy Boy recliner that you've ever sat in, even though we've been around since 1928.
This is more comfortable than my bed.
And oh my goodness.
Let's be honest.
And there's a reason for that. So, I know we've been around since 1928. I know that people have loved us for a really long time. But the reason why this is more comfortable than your bed is because we've continued to push the envelope with innovation. So what you're sitting on, and you can reach around and grab that handle and pull the crank on that handle right there. What you're sitting on, it's grabbing the rug there.
Grabbing the rug. Look, the rug wants to be comfortable too. Okay, here we go.
What you're sitting on, I'm just going to take you back on a little ride. You're going to hear those clicks of comfort. Is Tempur-Pedic memory foam. So this is a marriage that took 3 years in development between Tempur-Pedic and Lazy Boy.
The bed, Tempur-Pedic.
The bed. So when you sat down and said, you were not wrong.
How did I know this?
When you sat down and said, that is more comfortable than my bed, it's because those super high resiliency foam base layer beds that you guys pay a lot for just to have. Now you can have that one-of-a-kind support and deeper relaxation in your chair, but it also increases the durability of the chair. So if you remember Archie Bunker from years gone past, or
I do eat it.
Yeah, any of those TV dads, right? They would sit down, or maybe this was your own dad's story, they would sit down, or your mom's story, and they would sit down and they could tell if somebody had been in their chair because they had perfected that little tush divot, right?
Yeah, I never thought of
Right, so they could tell, like, their derriere knew their chair. So when you sit in this chair,
Molly.
so when you sit in this chair, it feels like a brand new chair. That doesn't matter if your dog sits in it all day. It is a perfect chair each and every time that you sit in it. And that's the magic of Lazy Boy. But look at how comfortable you are. Look at how this supports your legs at 6'2".
Right.
And we're not going to disclose any weight here.
No,
at
we
6
can. We can about 217.
217.
Okay.
He has room on either side. He could have a dog or a cat sitting with him, or your niece sitting.
Yes.
Like she could pile in.
Sasha,
You could sit there with her. She has all of this room. And then look at this on the side here. You see, he's not only supported all the way through his legs, but he's supported with this full chaise. And what we can do, if I push you back a little bit, is this gets you into a full bed recline.
You were about to get me fired because I may or may not get up.
That's okay. You can take, this is the only time it's acceptable to take naps.
Okay.
This is the only time it makes any sense. So you are fully supported from your head and through the full chaise.
Yeah.
And that is why we give the best naps in the world, the best piece of relaxation, and why we've been a part of the American story for so, so long.
It's amazing. You talk about the American story, and I want to talk about like my family. Look, I almost don't want to get up. I was like,
well, when you get up, I think this talks a little bit
this,
about your mom's story, right?
I exactly want to talk about that. So when my mom moved to her house, she wanted to have something that was strictly hers and something that we could watch our basketball games and our football games with, like when I go home for Christmas. And it was like her throne.
Oh.
And I just felt like it was a part of her, and that's mommy's chair, and she's still there. And I feel like that's where our entertainment goes because it's hers. And not that we can't sit in it, but it's mommy's. And I love the fact that it's gonna stay with her, and that's her chair, and she loves it. And I also talk about, we know when she gets up, because we all hear that clunk bang, and then my sister's like, oh, mommy's up. What is she going into the kitchen to get? I don't know. And I used to think that it was banging against the wall, and I was like, Mommy, pull the chair away from the wall. You're gonna bang it and chip the paint. She's like, I'm not doing that. But we hear the bang, bang, bang.
You actually just heard that, and I love that you said that was her throne, and I love that that's that place that you guys got to connect with her, but you just heard that because this is our manual recliner, and it's actually part of the technology, that clunk bang. That is, I mean, your sister's gonna die when you hear all of this. She's gonna be like, you're gonna have her on the phone tonight and say, I learned what clunk bang is.
Yeah.
So clunk bang
here we
go. So there's a 3-position locking footrest. It locks, and then you can recline into an 18-position ratcheted recline. There's total body and independent lumbar support in every single position in this chair. And then you can increase the adjustability in the chair. Then, as we just discussed, there is that Tempur-Pedic memory foam and the 4-sided construction. No matter what chair we're talking about, we have always been assembled right here from domestic and imported parts since 1928. And what you got with that clunk bang is what we like to call, a little bit more delicately, but I like clunk bang, is the clicks of comfort. So here is the 3-position locking footrest. So we all sit differently every day. You're able to sit in this every way you need to, and then I like to cuddle up. When I sit, I am always like in a cocoon. But watch, as I go back, did you hear that? So you can just shift your weight back, hear that. That's gonna be able to get you into that full bed recline. This way we can really talk, but you're locked. So I am a side sleeper, so if I happen to fall asleep in the chair, I'm not gonna be flung forward at any point because the clunk bang means that your mother was locked in her perfect position of comfort until she releases it.
I had no idea. We have been teasing her like, Mommy, you're gonna break it and you're tearing it down. What are you doing? This is crazy. I had no, Mommy, I'm sorry.
Mama always knows best. Believe me, I'm a mama of 2 little boys. She always knows best, and she knew what it was. And then again, I don't know if your mom has this or not in her chair, but talking about it being her throne, Lazy Boy is always trying to make it so that we can have the look that you want, but the comfort that you need. So in these 2 colors, I love how neutral they are, but this one right here is what we call sable.
Okay.
So this is the perfect neutral. It's like a grayish, like beige and gray mixed together. But look at that. Have you ever seen a Lazy Boy in a color like that?
Well, you wouldn't. One, because the Lazy Boys that I'm used to, they got the cracks in it. It's gonna cut your arm right here. You got to maybe put a blanket there, or like put a shirt or long sleeve shirt and all that other stuff.
That was the Lazy Boy my dad had growing up. It got a little nutty, but this is because you're able to have the style you want because of something magical called iClean. But also what they're showing right here, which would be so important if you have a family member that you would like to gift this to, and you know the holidays are coming up. This is a large chair. Look at how these things are delivered.
I was going to talk about that. So how are they delivered?
So in 10 business days, you either get it or pick a date that works for you, whether you're gifting this to someone or you're going to have this brought into your house. Because remember, this is a large chair. Our in-home delivery guys are going to give you white glove service. They're going to bring it upstairs.
Now, what does that mean?
So you have it brought to you on a day you want. They will bring it upstairs, downstairs, put the chairs together, and then we take away the trash.
Wow.
So all you have to do when you get this home, or if you're gifting, think about gifting this to like someone like your mother, or like we gifted one of these chairs to my grandmother-in-law who's in a nursing home community, but it's a, you know, an assisted living community. The only way we could do that is if we had in-home delivery and setup, especially for a chair of this generous size.
Absolutely, because it is so substantial. But I love the fact that, I mean, we talked about this earlier, and I want to share this with you. This looks like a custom-made chair, but if you go into Lazy Boy and custom make your own chair, you're not going to get that as soon as you're going to get that with us, right?
Oh,
Can you
no.
talk
I mean,
about that?
furniture's been crazy just to begin with, and it has been taking people 6 to 8 weeks to get their chairs in home from Lazy Boy. And actually that's gotten way better. I mean, we used to talk about 6 months to 9 months depending on where you live. So we all know if you've shopped for furniture right now, it's very difficult to get that into your home. Right here with our partnership with QVC, you're getting all those premium upgrades, but what you're getting them to into your home is in 1 to 3 weeks based on your availability and the customer's availability. So if you want to get your brand new Lazy Boy recliner in your home in time for football season, in time for postseason baseball, in time for, I don't know, like I am getting those spooky vibes. I want to get a blanket. you know when you start getting the spooky vibes, you're like, it's starting to come. My son wanted to watch The Addams Family, and then I got in my car and they were playing Thriller, and I was like, what is happening? Should I get costumes? I don't know what's going on. But the spooky vibes, you want to get a blanket, you want to cuddle up, and that's what you get to do in new furniture. And one other thing, during this time, doing like and enjoy a glass of wine.
So you like food in the chair while you're watching scary stuff and cuddling up.
I
see something over there.
I like
that looks
to sit down and attempt to have a glass of wine and then fall asleep almost immediately because I'm a mom of 2 young children. So with these light colors, you don't have to worry about them because watch what you can do. I'm not just drinking. It's not like I've given up and I'm drinking over here, TJ. Watch what you're able to do. This is the stucco. It's the same. If I pour it on there, it rolls all over and then I ruin the carpet and then they yell at me. But watch, if I pour it here, watch how this rolls around like mercury, okay? It sits above it. This is the magic of something called iClean. Now, I'm taking a dry paper towel. There's nothing on the paper towel. And I am just running this along, and the stain is running away from the chair into the paper towel. This is why you're able to see these light decorator colors on our chairs right now. And turn it over. We mount this on plexiglass so you can see that nothing goes through to the other side. So it extends the life of your chair. But in an industry standard rated test, I'm just gonna do this one more time. In an industry, you can see this, and I spill too much all the time. We talked about this earlier. You were like, wow, Molly.
Here we go.
Here we go. In an industry standard rated test, that's not us, that's the whole industry. They rated this fabric, iClean fabric, a 5 out of 5. So there's no 6 out of 5. It's the highest you can get for things like wine, coffee, chocolate, tea. That's like the worst thing. Those are all the things you weren't allowed to have.
That ruin clothes, furniture,
they ruin
carpets,
everything. You know, I think about my grandma. She had such a clean house, but everything for her was an investment. And if there's a little bit extra, just get it. And then look, flip it over. There's nothing in the other side. Everything that my grandmother had was an investment. They worked so hard for everything they had. And she used to coat her furniture, and as many of our grandmothers did, in plastic. And it was so that nothing ruined her furniture over time. Now, this is so soft, so, oh my gosh, in my ear they just went, it was so uncomfortable.
Well, listen,
you don't even know. It was
it
was crunchy leather and then the plastic. Listen to me. It was like crazy. So no, it was velvet. It was the crunched velvet. You remember the green crunched velvet?
I just remember we had a plastic cover over our green couch. It sounded like someone was pouring Rice Krispies every time you sat down.
And then the summer, my goodness, like this is not the days for those. Like you would stick to it. So the amazing thing is you get that comfort of what she wanted. She wanted a nice house that looked good, and she didn't want it to get ruined, and she had grandkids like me, and so she was like, we're gonna put plastic over this. Yeah. You get that comfort in the softness. This feels like your favorite sweatshirt in beautiful decorator colors, in the style you want, but then it's so